A new language rule in Quebec is putting some students' futures at risk. International graduates are now required to pass a French language test to get a post-graduation work permit. Mónica Colín Silva and her husband, who have built their lives and careers in Quebec, were denied the work permit after missing the required language score by 1 point. And now the family might be forced back to Mexico. Immigration lawyer Maxime Lapointe is joining us this morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Good morning. Thank you.
How common are cases like this, specifically in Quebec right now?
Well, first of all, it's in the whole country. Okay? It's not a Quebec law. And since November 1st, 2024, Canada, they require a French or English test to apply for a postgraduate work permit. It's really frequent right now. People who finish school in April, they apply for the permit. It takes 6-7 months to get the permit. Some client, they take an appointment to the office. They forgot to take the test, to upload the test. They got the wrong test. They got the wrong result. All this together, it's thousands of people who are affected right now.
Let me ask you, Maxine, about some flexibility in the system. For people like Colin Silva, who are missing the cut by such a small margin, it's 1 point of a 4-part test, and it's worth noting that she also took her master's in French.
Yes and no. She should not have applied for the postgraduate work permit with that result. She should have taken another test. Okay, that's the real story. Then, is Immigration Canada too strict by refusing the permit right away instead of giving 30 days to provide an additional document? Yes, there's a lack of natural justice in the process. If you apply from outside Canada, they'll give you 30 days to provide a missing document. For some reason, they don't do it from inside Canada. Then you lose everything. But for this specific case, and she was followed by an immigration consultant, both of them, they should have known that the result was not good enough to apply.
From your perspective, what has changed the most in Canada's immigration system? We saw big changes come into place in 2024. That was designed to both limit the amount of permanent residency and also a big crackdown on international students.
Yeah. There are several new rules like the postgraduate work permit. In November 2024, from that moment, you needed a test. Then in December, the school were full. So some people, they did not get the test on time, so they failed. Spousal open work permit has many changes since January 2025. So some couple, they came to Canada together, then they cannot stay together because rules change. There's new rules also in the temporary foreign workers program. If you put all this together, there's a lot of pressure. And then that's why people, they are not able right now to renew their permit. And then the population, they asked the government to change the rule. Government, they did it, maybe a little bit too strong. And now there's more like 3 million temporary workers, students that will need to leave Canada in the next 2 years.
For someone in Colin Silva's position, for example, are there any realistic alternatives to avoid having to leave the country immediately? Like, is there the option of moving out of Quebec, for instance?
This would not change anything because it's not a Quebec issue. It's like federal program. But she would need to restore a status within 90 days. Because right now she has 2 options. Either she leaves and go back to Mexico, or she applied to restore a status and then pay the fee. But she needs the right test. And with what we see in the news, she doesn't want to take the test because she has nobody, because she cannot work. So honestly, I cannot accept that. She needs the right score, and she needs to restore a status within 90 days. Otherwise, she'll be illegal in Canada with the whole family.
What message would you like to share with other international students who might be facing similar challenges?
Respect the path, first of all. Some students, they change school down the road. They decide they have a study permit for university, as example, and then they make a vocational school. And the school said, yes, as long as you pay the fee. But now Quebec and Canada, they don't want this anymore. We got to change the program. So try to finish the program. If you enroll to a program, make sure that it's eligible for a postgraduate work permit, because some programs now, they are not eligible anymore. There's many changes. Follow the news because it changed quickly. Contact a professional to make sure you can apply with the work, with the right permit. The good work permit in that situation could have been avoided, unfortunately.
Maxime Lapointe, immigration lawyer, joining us from Quebec this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you.